Hi, I'm Mitch Gallagher from Sweetwater. Pitch correction has become standard procedure for many recorded vocals in the studio, and we also use it live on stage. Now, there are a number of tools that can correct vocal pitch for you, including plugins, standalone apps, and functions built into some DAWs. Now, pitch correction plugins work by analyzing the incoming audio signal, finding its frequency, and then moving that frequency to the nearest frequency in the specified scale, maybe a chromatic scale, a major scale, whatever it might be for the song you're working on. You can just hard slam the pitch to the nearest note, but people don't really sing that way and it sounds artificial when you do that. Even the best vocalist has pitch variations within each note. There's vibrato to consider, pitch may scoop up or drop down at the beginning or end of a note, the vocalist may slide from note to note. All of these are expressive things that a singer does naturally while singing a part. The art in the pitch correction process is managing all of those articulations and pitch variables to maintain the expressiveness and naturalness of the performance while bringing the overall notes more in tune. It's not an easy task, and today pitch correction incorporates AI and other high-powered technologies to make the process better and less noticeable to the end listener. A key thing to look for in a pitch correction plugin is formant correction. Formants are the resonances in a voice that give it its unique timbre and character. Maintaining those resonant points in the voice as it's pitched up and down prevents the chipmunk or jolly green giant effects. The voice still sounds like that voice, just at a different pitch. If the formants aren't corrected or maintained, the pitch correction won't sound natural and it'll be easily detectable by listeners. And sometimes that's the effect you want. But usually when you're tuning a vocal, you want the process to be as invisible as possible to the end listener, and you want that formant correction. It can also be useful to have an easy automatic way to correct pitch where you can simply run a vocal through the plugin to improve its intonation, as well as a detailed mode of correction. With the more detailed mode, you can really dig in deep and exactly manipulate the pitch and tuning of a part however you want. It's also great to have creative tools in your pitch correction plugin so that you can process instruments as well as vocals, work within a chord progression, create harmony vocals along with the tuned lead vocals, tame various problems in the vocals such as sibilance, and shape the vibrato of the singer. A bonus in some plugins is low latency mode. Pitch correction can require a lot of computer power, which can result in the voice track being delayed slightly compared to the other tracks in a session. When you're using the plugin during mixdown in the studio, this isn't an issue since DAWs can compensate for it in various ways. But on stage or during a tracking session, it can cause problems. A live or low latency mode compensates for any delays caused by processing, so the plugin can be used for a live performance. A low latency mode can also be useful for pitch correction during a tracking session in the studio. There are many other features that are available in various pitch correction packages as well. Whether you need them or not depends on how you use the plugin. Additional features include time correction, polyphonic editing for instruments, dynamics editing, MIDI control, and much, much more. Let's take a look at some pitch correction plugins. One of these will definitely do the job for you. First up, we have Antares AutoTune. Now, AutoTune was the first pitch correction software that became available. In fact, it made such an impact that the process of pitch correction is often referred to generically as auto-tuning, whether AutoTune is used or not. With AutoTune Pro, Antares has streamlined the user interface to make the pitch and time correction processes even faster and easier than before. Much of what AutoTune Pro does, it can do in real time. You can choose to operate in classic mode, which gives you the AutoTune 5 sound that's been used on so many albums, songs, and productions. You can also create the hard-pitched AutoTune effect very easily by simply cranking up the retune speed. Features like Flex Tune and Humanize allow you to tune the vocals for more precise pitch, but keep the natural expressive inflections and articulations for a more natural sound. AutoKey automatically detects the key and scale of your music, so you don't need to know music theory to get great results. Powerful features include a low latency mode for using AutoTune Pro live on stage, and there's the ability to control parameters via MIDI, which allows you to create or automate a performance by basically playing AutoTune Pro just like it's an instrument. AutoTune Pro offers fast, easy, and very effective tuning of vocals, whether you want the AutoTune effect or you simply want transparent pitch correction so the vocal sounds more in tune. Next up, we have Celemoni's Melodyne 5. If you need access to detailed pitch, time, and inflection editing for vocals and for instruments, Melodyne lets you go incredibly deep. The great thing is that Melodyne doesn't just hard smash the pitch to the chromatic scale. It's smart enough to look at the vocal part, recognize where pitch needs to be adjusted and where a pitch change is part of a performance inflection, and work around those desirable articulations. Version 5 adds the ability to edit non-pitch parts of a word, for example, S, T, and other parts of words that don't change with the pitch of a note, and you can edit those separately from the pitched portion. So say we have the word sing. If we tune the S at the beginning along with the rest of the word, it won't sound realistic. With a real note, the S stays at the same pitch no matter what note is being sung. So for example, sing, 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 the S stays the same at all those pitches. Being able to edit the non-pitched parts separately is a huge breakthrough in making pitch correction sound more natural. Plus, this technology allows for other processing inside Melodyne 5, such as powerful new de-esser functions for controlling sibilants. Melodyne 5 now has a chord track that can repitch parts based on the chord progression they're sung over. It can even interact with the chord track in your DAW if it has one. And there's now per-note dynamics editing and a fade tool for adjusting the envelope of the beginning and end of each note. Melodyne can also be used to reach into polyphonic material, meaning chords, and adjust notes within those chords. As an example, on my EP Foundation, I made a mistake in the original piano sheet music for one of the songs, but I didn't discover it until after the keyboard player had left the session. But it was no problem at all to open the audio recording of the piano in Melodyne and fix the few places where the wrong note was played. It was fast, easy, and totally invisible to the listeners. Waves Tune offers a very affordable but very fast and effective solution for tuning up vocals. There are versions available for studio and for live on-stage use. There's plenty of power here for digging into your vocals, but you'll also find Tune very easy to use. You have separate control over the pitch of the vocal track as well as the vibrato characteristics. Tune routes audio in and out of your DAW using Rewire, so you have instant access to any parts of your tracks by simply navigating within your DAW. There's no need to transfer audio back and forth to the plugin for processing. A powerful feature is the ability to export the notes in a track as a MIDI file. This lets you double a vocal part with a synth or sampled instrument very quickly. MIDI will even track pitch bends and inflections, so instrumental doubles are exact. The process also works in reverse. You can use MIDI from an external controller to set the notes for a vocal track. There are dozens of standard and exotic scales included in Tune, and you can also create and save your own custom scales as well. Finally, as a bonus, I also recommend taking a look at iZotope's Nectar Elements. Nectar Elements provides perhaps the fastest and easiest pitch correction of the plugins on our list today. The user interface features a single, simple pitch slider. Move it up for more pitch correction, meaning adhering the vocal pitch more to a chromatic scale, and down for less pitch correction. But despite this simplicity, Nectar Elements does a really good job of tightening up a pitchy vocal. If what you need is to pull a vocal that has a few pitch problems closer into tune, then Nectar Elements makes a great choice. Plus, of course, Nectar Elements offers a nice selection of other vocal processing tools as well. It functions as an easy, all-in-one tool for creating great-sounding vocals, and it makes a great addition to your plugin toolbox. I hope you've enjoyed this look at pitch correction plugins. Whether you want a plugin that can quickly and easily tighten up a slightly pitchy vocal, or you want to burrow down and dig deep and perfect every aspect of a track, one of these plugins is the perfect solution for you. For more information on these or any plugins or software, visit Sweetwater.com or contact your Sweetwater sales engineer. I'm Mitch Gallagher from Sweetwater. Thanks for watching, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Click here for more videos like this, or visit Sweetwater.com for all your music instrument and pro audio needs.